Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba has congratulated East Africa's Pamoja bid after winning rights to host the 36th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations in 2027.
We want to keep this incredible team together, and it is a team of very young girls. When you look at the age of Cynthia, who scored our goal during the game, you look at the age of Cheryl, who scored our winning penalty. They're very young girls. We want to keep them together. We want to keep the team strong. And by the time they face Botswana in the second round, we want our girls to be in even better shape. We know Botswana is a very strong team. Botswana has just come from the Women World Cup in Australia. I watched them play at the Women World Cup in Australia. They are a formidable team. Kenyans may not know this, but we are going to be facing a formidable team. A team that has already tested a World Cup appearance. But we are equally formidable, and so we believe that Harambee Starlets will continue to make us proud. I also want to appreciate our athletes. Of course, we did honor our athletes from Budapest, who did very well, and our team Kenya again topped Africa. They were the best African country in Hungary during the World Athletics Championships, and also finished 5th in the world overall. And I'm very happy that Mary Mora, the Kisii Express, is also here with us. And Mary not only represented us in Budapest, but she won as one of our 3 gold medals. So Mary, again, hongera sana. Hongera, we are very proud of you, together with the rest of Team Kenya. Na timu zetu zingine ambazo zimefaulu pakubwa. Recently, our Malkia Strikers, our volleyball women team, has qualified for the Olympics. Our Shujaa, our 7th rugby team, has qualified for the Olympics. And so I would say that we are on a good level. Now back to Africa Cup of Nations. It is an absolute delight for the Africa Cup of Nations to come to East Africa, or the East African Community Bloc, for the first time ever in the 60-year history of the Africa Cup of Nations. I want from the outset to pay very special tribute to our 3 presidents. President William Samoei Ruto, President Samia Suluhu, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni have been the champions of this bid, and they have led our 3 countries from the front. So hongera marais wetu. Congratulations our presidents, and we believe that the passion, the commitment that you have demonstrated in this bid will be manifested in the preparations to host the best Africa Cup of Nations, the 36th edition ever seen on the African continent. I also want to applaud our technical team. We have a joint technical team that is led by the 3 ministers. My very good brother and friend, the State Minister for Sports of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Peter Ogwang. My good friend and brother, the Minister for Sports, Culture and the Arts of the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Damas Ngobaru. And of course, yours truly. We have a tripartite. We have worked round the clock as government, working together very closely with our respective federations. And so I also applaud the leadership of the 3 football federations in Kenya, in Uganda, in Tanzania, who have been with us every step of the way. All of you, all of us, hongera. Congratulations for this. We did not win the rights to host AFCON by fluke. We deserve every right. We deserve every chance that CAF has granted the East Africa Pamoja bid. From the outset, when we announced this bid at State House, led by His Excellency President William Ruto himself, we assured the people of Kenya, we assured the people of East Africa that we had a good bid. we were confident that we had put together a formidable bid. We had put together a bid that ticked every single box required by the Confederation of African Football. We have a good plan for infrastructure. We have a good plan for all the other supporting elements like hospitality, security and safety, communication, travel, and all those elements you require. And so our bid was actually the best bid on the table. And we believe that it's a bid that has the elements to translate into a very successful tournament. But we have also told CAF, and it is something that I need to reiterate here, and it is an argument I presented to CAF when they came for their initial inspection here. And when I got an opportunity to address the executive committee yesterday before the vote, I stressed this point. And the point is that CAF is duty bound to ensure equitable development of football on the African continent. Distribution of tournaments like AFCON, like CHAN, must be done in a manner that ignites the growth of football on the whole continent. And we argued before the CAF ExCom yesterday that North Africa, West Africa has had a large share of the hosting opportunities. The southern belt of Africa has had the chance to do it through South Africa in '96 and Angola. It is this EAC belt. And when I talk about the EAC, I mean the 7-member bloc from the DRC, our newest member, to the 3 founder members, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan. We have never had the opportunity to host this tournament. And I am delighted that CAF agreed with us that it is important for the major events of CAF to circulate equitably across the African continent. The hosting of these tournaments is one way of developing football talent, developing football infrastructure, and growing a culture of being part of this great tradition of football at the highest level possible. And so, as we prepare to host this tournament, we expect a number of things. Number one, we expect that our 3 countries will build formidable teams. We don't want to just be counted among the numbers. We want to compete effectively for the trophy. And that means that the Harambee Stars, the Taifa Stars, the Uganda Cranes, our respective national teams must now be prepared in a way that we have never prepared them before to be able to be competitive. Number 2, we want to use this opportunity to upgrade our sporting infrastructure so that our sporting infrastructure is on the same keel, the same level as the rest of Africa, as the rest of the world. Number 3, we will deploy the Africa Cup of Nations to strengthen the bonds of East Africa integration even further. We made it clear to CAF that East Africa is one. When you talk about the dream of an integrated Africa, the ignition for an integrated Africa is East Africa community. This is where we do things together. This is the only region that has a single passport, and we carried our East African passport to that room to argue what other region in Africa can boast of a regional passport. A passport and an arrangement that allows free movement of people, of goods and services. We want to use this tournament to strengthen that spirit of integration. And so, while this tournament is going on, or as we prepare for this tournament, we want to improve mobility across our borders so that you can easily move from Dar es Salaam to Nairobi, from Nairobi to Kampala. We want to bring to fruition the dream of the East African tourist visa, so that once you're given one visa, it becomes one shot for the whole of East Africa, so that travelers who come to East Africa can have it very easy to move around. We want to improve air access. Why should it not be possible for you to fly from Kisumu to Entebbe? or easily from Mombasa to Moshi, Arusha. We want to improve that connectivity. We want to improve water transport in Lake Victoria so that people can travel easily between Musoma and Kisumu and Port Bell in Uganda. So this is an incredible opportunity for the bonds of the East African community to become even stronger through this tournament. Nimewamalizia maswali.
Congratulations Harambee Stars for winning against the Qatar national team last week. I am happy very many Kenyans showed up in Qatar to cheer our team. As you're all aware, today at 4 p.m., Harambee Stars will be playing against South Sudan. I want to ask all Kenyans to show up at 4 p.m. to cheer our champions, the Harambee Stars.